What in the hell did I get myself into? Orange 32K longer. Oh my God. The longer Orange 30. I don't even know what a UV resin printer does, and I don't know what SLA is. I don't know none of this, but I guess we're all gonna learn together, because here it is. This thing was packed extremely well. There's nothing surprising in there. You got the machine, you got the case that goes over the machine, and you have a build plate and a power brick. Now, the walls and the case that goes over the protective case is notoriously hard to put together. All right, let's go ahead and get this stuff together. First, I'll put this off to the side right here. We're gonna get all of this off here. I don't know if I can do that. I might have to get the wife because my fingers ain't working right still. Holy crap, that was difficult. What a pain in the ass. So now we're gonna go ahead and put this thing together and see how long that took. It took about 25 minutes to peel the stuff off of here. So let's get going on putting this thing together. I don't know what to do with those things. They just slide right off. This is a wonky design. I would rather have a solid piece that comes with this thing. I know it would probably cost a little bit more, but damn, it'd make it so much simpler. Now, I don't know. I'm gonna have to figure out. I might have to glue this together. So, how do you get the projects from the computer to here? Back here you got a USB port that pushes this right into it. You got the on and off switch and you got the power port. I went and I got some 3D printing UV sensitive resin. So what we're going to do is this translucent green. We're going to use this. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go in here and choose a file and the zombie head. What we'll do is we'll put this back on and I'll be back after it prints. This should take 3 hours and 12 minutes to print. They sent some gloves, but these are a little tiny for little tiny baby hands. So I've got my my extra large gloves since I'm a big strapping man. And what's cool is they make it really super easy to take this off. Just boop, like that. All right, and you're gonna need this scraper right here. There it is. I got the little head right there, and I'll show you in just a minute. I'm gonna use something called denatured alcohol to clean. You really should be using isopropyl alcohol, it says, but this will work. With the gloves on, it's hard to get this thing open. Clear casting here, and what it may do is it may mat it up a little bit, but I'm okay with that. And I'll just pour some in here and put it in there and we will wash it down. And all we're doing is getting all that extra UV resin off. Alright, get it out, now dry it out. Okay, so the thing about UV resin is you have to cure it. Alright, this thing's ready to go outside. I'm going to put it outside and let it cure for about an hour. And then we'll come back in and I'll show you the detail of this thing, because it is pretty amazing. That is a pretty good print. Look at the detail. So this printing is anything but fast. But the quality, as you saw in the last clip, is pretty amazing. When you're using a PLA 3D printer, you get lines on it. And on this one, you really didn't. But you can see it's extremely slow. How it works are, there's some UV lights underneath the pad. But they shoot up little bolts of light in the areas that need to be become resin, and as it gets higher and higher, it builds on top of each other. I really never understood how that worked until I got one. Okay, now we're going to do a vampire bust. So we're going to get this going. The print time is 5.5 hours, so we'll see this tomorrow morning. Print! Print now! Alright, here we are. Look at that. I'm going to take this thing off and I'm going to clean it and see how it looks after that. Because that looks pretty cool. There it is. Look at that. Look at the detail on that. Alright, so this is printing the 3 wise skulls. Alright, this one is done. Let's take it out and check it out. Alright, so 3 wise skulls. Look at that. Okay, let's get this cleaned off and put out into the sun. If I can get any sun today. It's supposed to rain all day. Right there. I'm gonna get this off and get cured out in the sun, and I think it'll come out pretty good. There it is. A little tiny thing. But man, it looks so detailed and so cool. It came out pretty good. Alright, we're gonna do another dragon here. This one's a bigger one. Okay, it's done. Let's take this off. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna clean this thing up, and then we're gonna compare it to the PLA one. Look at those. I want to see this. Look, see how there's no lines on this one? See? And then this one's solid, so it's not really fair. I wish I had some clear filament here, but you can see the lines on the wings and down near the base. But man, they look good, don't they? I'm gonna print these rings from Lord of the Rings. No, my friend, no! And here are 2 of the rings. See the writing in there? You can see it a little bit better on this one because it's got the brown right there, but there's the finished product. All right, what we're printing right now is called the Desert Kiss, and it's pretty badass, okay? I'm making another one over here with my PLA printer for a buddy of mine. If you've not been over to my Instagram or my Facebook, go check it out, because that's where I post stuff while I'm making stuff. But anyways, I had a little trouble with this one, and it failed twice. You can see it right over here in the little window. I'll show you right there where it's stuck to the bottom of the vat down here. But I fixed it, and I'm going to show you right now how I fixed that. Now nothing should stick to the bottom of that, so let's go ahead and fill it back up. Leveling your build plate is a pretty important step I forgot to mention. Bring your build plate down to the pad without the vat on, and use the screws on the side of your build plate to level it using a piece of paper for a spacer. So this skull has failed a total of 3 times. Well, 3 times, not 3 times. So what I did was I took some 80 grit sandpaper and I roughed up the build plate, and it's working good, so it's almost done. Got about another hour, I think. It'll be done. Scotty, beam me up. I'm in trouble. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. I can't, Captain. I can't. It's done. And there it is. Boom, the skull. This is Desert Kiss, and it has a tarantula on top of a skull. The skull eyes are down in there. Man, this thing is pretty cool. I'm doing a very large one right over here. See if you guys can see that. You see that? I'm doing one right there on my PLA printer for a friend of mine. But this one, people, this one is just so cool. Look at it. That green fluorescent kind of color. That is so cool. All right, that's it. That's the last print. Boom. While these are printing, I want to go over a few pros and cons that I have for this machine. Let's go over the cons first because I think that's pretty important. One, the lid absolutely sucks. There should be a single lid, and these rubber bands don't do nothing, and these things fall off, and I got another rubber band that goes around. Don't like it. Speed of the print, it's super slow. I printed the same thing on this one as I did this one, and this one was almost 3 times slower. Another thing that I don't really like is how messy it is, okay? It's very messy. So those are the 3 things that I think are cons. So the pros, one of the best pros to this is the cost. Right now this thing is cut in half. It's $149, I'll put a link down below to it. It's worth the buy. It's the reason I decided to try it because I had no desire to have one of these until I saw the cost of this one. Number 2, the quality of the print. Come on now. Look at the quality of these prints. They're amazing. There's no lines or anything, okay? Also, another thing is ease of putting it together. All you do is take it out of the box and it's ready to go. You just put the build plate on, boom, you're done. If you have any trouble, you just level it, put some of that PTFE stuff in the vat, boom, you're off to the races. And the final pro is, imagine these at your little fairs, your little craft fairs. You could sell these for $5 a piece. This thing cost me about 3 cents to make and about 4 hours. But I was gone during that time, so you can set it and forget it. I think that was on an infomercial. Set it and forget it.
You just set it and then forget it.
You just set it and forget it. Set it and forget about it.
You set it and forget it.
Look, I don't tell people to willy-nilly go out and buy stuff, but if you've been looking at a UV printer, I think this might be the one for you because it is on sale and you get it for half price right now. Again, the link is down below. If you haven't been looking for a UV printer, then ignore what I say. I don't even know why you're watching this video. Well, there's not much more I can tell you about this machine or show you. It's printing like a dream. But I have a date with my wife at the local tap room in about 45 minutes. So I've got to head out. So until next video, stay cool. My precious! Got issues, I know. Oh man, I need a beer.